After being utterly disappointed by the recent live-action Mulan film, I was definitely curious to see how this particular film, Over the Moon, which is also based on Chinese culture, would fare in comparison. Luckily, Glenn Keane is at the helm of this movie. If you don't know who Glenn Keane is, he basically worked as a character animator for some of the most iconic Disney films throughout the generations, from The Rescuers, to The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Treasure Frickin' Planet, and Tangled. Over the Moon is actually his first directorial debut in a feature film. John Kars, who worked on films like A Bug's Life and The Incredibles, is co-director. Audrey Wells, who worked on films like George of the Jungle and J-Lo's Shall We Dance, was the screenwriter. Unfortunately, Audrey passed away 2 years ago, and if you've already watched the film, you can see that Over the Moon is dedicated to her memory, which, thinking back, it makes it even sadder when listening to a couple of songs from the movie. Overall, this movie blows 2020's Mulan out of the water, no doubt about it. I'd rather watch Over the Moon 10 more times than watch Mulan 2020 even once more. Part of the reason why I like it so much is because it depicts the traditions of Mid-Autumn Festival, or rather Mooncake Festival, both accurately and visually well. As someone with Chinese ancestry, it's just so refreshing to see a children's cartoon film that puts a spotlight on Mid-Autumn Festival instead of the usual Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year celebration because first of all, I love eating mooncakes, and secondly, unlike Chinese New Year, which stretches over several days, Mooncake Festival is just a one-day event. And sometimes, I actually prefer it that way because I don't have to visit certain family members I don't particularly care for. I'm just saying. What I also love about this film is its music, which is the main point of this video as I'm about to rank all 8 lyrical songs from the film. And I will say this, there isn't a song from Over the Moon that I don't like. So this ranking is more of me trying to pinpoint what my most favorite songs are from a selection of such catchy and meaningful songs. I have to give kudos to composer Stephen Price, who previously worked on films like Gravity and the Lord of the Rings franchise. Oh, and please note that the music videos, aka the scenes from the film that goes along with the songs, will be taken into account in this ranking. So, without further ado, let's begin this ranking starting out with number 8, which is Hey Boy. I love rap battles as much as the next person, but given the caliber of the other songs on this list, I had to rank Hey Boy last. I feel conflicted though because this is the only song that Chin is featured on, and Chin is literally one of my favorite characters in the film. But I just feel like this song is a bit too bubblegum for my liking, meaning it does lack some substance because it's basically a song about two people demanding the other person to give them something they want. But what makes this song still great to me are definitely the visuals that accompany the song. I loved watching Chin and Chang'e going at each other hard in their unregulated ping pong game. I've never seen such an extreme ping pong game in my life. Also, if Chin is this good at ping pong and he only came in 4th place in his school's ping pong tournament, can you imagine just how good the 3 other kids who ranked above him are? Coming in at number 7 is the first song sung in the film, On the Moon Above. I actually don't have any negatives to say about this song. On the Moon Above does a solid job at introducing the lore behind Chang'e and Hou-Yi, which later in the film, during that dinner scene with Fei Fei's aunties and everybody else, they went into greater detail about whether Chang'e ate the 2 immortality pills for selfish reasons, or she only took them so that the robber from the tale as mentioned by Fei Fei, whose name is Feng Meng, couldn't steal the pills for himself. With regards to the melody of the song, I especially love the forever part towards the end. I always look forward to that part for some reason when listening back to the song. However, I will say, On the Moon Above is basically just an introductory song to The Legend of Chang'e and nothing more. Plus, given how early this song was played in the film, I haven't gotten close to any of the characters singing the song at that point yet. And is it just me, or does this song sound a little like Honor to Us All in certain parts? I think that's what's keeping me from ranking this song any higher. Number 6. Wonderful. Now for me, Wonderful is such a pleasant surprise because I did not know that Ken Jeong could sing so well. Who knew? The notes he was hitting towards the end of the song were some of the highlights of the entire thing, and I loved how stripped down the song is. The combination between his voice and what I believe is the ukulele playing in the harmony brought something fresh and wholesome to this movie. The song's message is also great. Ken, who voices Gobi in the film, sings about how the world around us can offer up so many possibilities, and there's always a chance to do something new. I like to think of this song as a precursor to the last song in the movie, Love Someone New, which delivers a similar meaning along the lines of moving on and finding someone new to love. Again though, Wonderful is not so high up on my list just because there are other songs that are even more amazing. Mooncakes comes in 5th place. And what's so great about this song is that it takes me on a journey through different stages, with the beginning simply showing how mooncakes are made, then it transitions to Fei Fei's mom singing about the significance of these mooncakes and what they symbolize. It then moves on to some foreshadowing, with her singing the line, "Cherish everything that you love." Which, I'm not gonna lie, when she said that line, I was like, oh damn, her mom is gonna die, isn't she? I mean, this wasn't even a Disney film, but even here, the mom still had to pass away. But I get it. One of the themes of this film is grief or loss, and the main character unfortunately has to experience that. Can we also talk about Fei Fei's bunny, Bungee? She is like the cutest thing ever, but can we please stop that thing where adding long eyelashes to a cartoon animal automatically makes that animal female? I have seen this so many times in other animated films. Lastly, this might be a silly reason to a lot of you, but I personally love eating mooncakes like I've mentioned earlier, so the fact that this song is called Mooncakes gave it some plus points in my book. I've actually attempted making mooncakes at home from scratch years ago, and let's just say it's not as easy as it looks. They didn't turn out as good as I wanted them to be, but you should definitely check out some videos online like on YouTube on homemade mooncake recipes just to see for yourself. Coming in at number 4 and just barely missing out my top 3 is Ultraluminary. Now, this particular song is an absolute bop, let me tell you. If you were to ask me to choose one song from the soundtrack to play over and over again in the car or in the subway, it's this song. However, Ultraluminary is probably the most out-of-script song from the soundtrack because Chang'e is basically singing about how fabulous she is, and that's the gist of it really. Majority of the lyrics aren't really related to the plot of the film. But it doesn't matter to me because this song is so dang catchy. My favorite part is actually the bridge. I like how the song transitions from being upbeat at first to then being low-key sad and dramatic afterwards when she starts singing the line, "It was a desert on the moon." It was a desert on the moon when we arrived. I was getting all sorts of vibes from listening to this song. I got Eurovision vibes because of how extra this performance is, from her outfits all the way to how she carries herself. And I also got low-key, don't judge, Winx Club Season 8 vibes because when she said welcome to Lunaria, I distinctly remembered that the main setting of Season 8 of Winx Club was this place called Luminia, which is a star that lights Stella's planet of Solaria. Speaking of Stella, a lot of Chang'e's moves in this music video vaguely reminds me of Stella's actually. Also, Lunaria and Luminia sounds pretty similar, right? I don't know. For me, in terms of the aesthetic feel I got from Over the Moon, it was pretty similar to Season 8 of Winx Club, I'm not gonna lie. I also loved this moment of Bungee seeing Jade Rabbit for the first time. This was such a cute little moment. I'm sure loads of people ship them two together, including myself. But what I'm not gonna do is start searching for fan art of this couple because you know why. Next up is my third favorite song from this list, which is Yours Forever. Finally, we got some Mandarin taking up a reasonable chunk of a song. I really appreciate that because this is a film based on Chinese tradition after all. My Mandarin is very limited, but I could get the gist of what Chang'e and Houyi were singing about. But in case you don't, I have made some translations that might help. You can also click on the link I included in the description box where it will take you to the exact scene in the movie. And if you scroll down just a little in the comment section, you can see someone has already posted the translations alongside the Hanzi, and another user posted the pinyin in the reply to that comment. This song is basically a simple, beautiful ballad between two people who love each other dearly, and there's nothing else to say really. It's just a heartwarming song, and I think anybody who has ever loved someone can relate to it wholeheartedly. When deciding between Rocket to the Moon and Love Someone New as my second favorite song, I ended up forgoing technical reasoning and just went with my gut instead. So coming up in the runner-up spot is Love Someone New. Love Someone New legit made me cry because similar to the song Yours Forever, it just makes you think back on your loved ones, especially the ones you've lost. So it definitely made me do some self-reflection of my own. But in the context of this movie, it's literally the most perfect song to end the film with because it's a song that teaches both Fei Fei and later on Chang'e that even though losing somebody you love is incredibly painful, there's other people out there to give your love to as well, whether it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend or even your close friends and family. And at the same time, the person who's gone and you miss dearly is always gonna be there for you. Besides that, I actually found the visualization of the chamber of exquisite sadness that both Fei Fei and Chang'e ended up in to represent depression in people that resulted from the death of their loved ones. It's super deep really. I think it's just beautiful how Chang'e evolved from being this selfish character at the beginning to someone with actual compassion because she ends up helping Fei Fei to see the light, and in turn, Fei Fei helps her to see the light as well by helping her to come to terms with the grief she's dealing with and better manage it. And taking the number 1 spot in my ranking of all 8 lyrical songs from Over the Moon is Rocket to the Moon. If there's any song that is the most Disney sounding one, it's this one. And that's why I love it so much. First of all, I'm a sucker for a song that starts off slightly melancholy, with Fei Fei wishing that her dad wouldn't move on from her mom, with Zhong, the new woman he's dating currently. And then somewhere in the middle of the song, momentum starts to build, and the mood changes to one that is more optimistic as she feels hopeful that Chang'e will help her with her problem. And lastly, the tune ends with a bang as Fei Fei is now on her way to her destination in the hopes of achieving her goal. Besides that, it's just so inspiring to see someone like Fei Fei build her rocket ship with such hard work and determination. It gives young girls the impression that they too can be engineers and love subjects like math and physics, which is also incredibly important to show girls and boys who watch animated films. I think everything I've said culminated to me giving Rocket to the Moon the number 1 spot because in comparison to Love Someone New, this song is brighter and a little more optimistic. And I tend to favor songs that are more happy sounding, if that makes sense. So there you go. You just watched me rank all 8 of the lyrical songs from Netflix's Over the Moon. Honestly, every single song I've listed on here, even including the bottom 2 songs, were so incredible in their own way. In fact, I've even added all 8 songs to my Spotify playlist because they are just that good. Right now, I want you all to comment down below on what your own ranking is. I'm definitely curious to find out which song is your most favorite and least favorite, and whether or not they're similar to mine. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like and share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you will know when my next video upload is. Have a great day ahead. 再见。